the shadowed corners of the old Hargrove mansion, where the sun never seemed to dare tread, lived three beings whose lives were forever intertwined with an attic where time itself stopped. Dust Devil Diane was a creature of whispers and shadows, her name a mocking echo of the dust devils that danced through the dusty halls. With eyes like pools of obsidian and skin ashen gray, she haunted the darkest nooks of the attic, her laugh a cackling wind that chilled even the bravest heart. The frozen family consisted of Mr. Hargrove, Mrs. Hargrove, and their daughter, Emily. Their frozen smiles etched in time like ancient ice, they remained as lifeless as wax figures in a museum, forever trapped within the walls of the attic. Their eyes, however, burned with an eerie glow that seemed to pierce through the darkness. Attic Andy, once a young boy curious about the secrets his family kept hidden, now lingered on the edge of madness. His laughter was sharp and echoing, more like a crow's call than human sound, as he searched for answers in the attic where time held still. One stormy night, as the rain lashed against the mansion's windows, Dust Devil Diane slipped into their lives again. She danced through the shadows, her presence an electric charge that made the hair on Andy's neck stand on end. The air grew thick with a cold mist, and the unnatural sounds of dripping water and distant whispers filled the silence. Andy, driven by his curiosity and the promise of answers, ventured deeper into the attic. As he pushed open the door to what he thought was their family's past, he stumbled upon a room where time had indeed stopped. The walls were lined with dusty photographs and faded letters, each one telling a story of a life frozen in time. But as Andy explored, something strange began to happen. The air grew heavier, and the darkness seemed to seep into every corner. He heard whispers that echoed through the empty space, voices trapped between the ages. The frozen family stirred, their eyes glowing brighter with each passing moment. Andy felt a cold hand touch his shoulder, ice cold and unyielding. He spun around, but saw nothing but shadows dancing in the gloom. Then he heard Emily's voice, soft and pleading, "Help us, Andy." The attic was alive now, pulsating with an energy that defied reason. Dust Devil Diane's laugh grew louder, a symphony of despair that seemed to mock his presence. The room began to shift, time itself bending around them like a rubber band stretched too far. Andy found himself running through the frozen halls, pursued by shadows and echoes from the past. The darkness closed in, swallowing everything in its path. He could hear the screams of the frozen family, their cries mingling with his own fear. Finally, he stumbled upon the source of it all, a locked room at the far end of the attic. The door was ajar, and within lay a single object that explained everything, the heart of time, a relic from an era when time itself could be controlled. As Andy reached for the heart, a blinding light erupted around him. When he emerged, the world had changed. The mansion stood still, as if preserved in glass. Andy was alone, with only the echoes of his screams and the flickering glow of the attic's last remaining light to guide him through the night. In the end, Andy knew that some things were better left hidden, locked away where no one could find them again. The attic remained a place where time stopped, a tomb for the frozen family and Dust Devil Diane, their spirits forever trapped in a nightmare they couldn't escape.